Welcome to RV Retirement Redesign, where we are redesigning and redefining. We're redesigning our retirement and redefining RV living, not because we want a cheap way to survive, but because we want to thrive in this new season of life on our terms. One of the nicest things about new RVs is the big windows. It provides so much light, natural light into your home. They are tinted, so while you can see out really well, people really can't see in too much. And there, in many cases, are a lot of them, and that is fantastic. Unfortunately, the flip side of that is they get dirty. And I mean, they can get really dirty depending on where you live and if you have children or pets. Because we chose to live in a little bit of a forested area, it gets a little dusty and dirty at times here. And then when it rains and the trees lose their needles and the pine cones start falling and you've got the sap coming and, well, you get the picture. They can get really dirty. And then we have a pet inside whose little nose prints are all over the windows. Since we live in the mountains of Colorado, it's just too cold and snowy to try to keep the windows clean on the outside during the winter. So the first cleaning of the springtime is usually a doozy. Now, I'm going to be honest and let you know that this is actually my second cleaning of this spring. I just couldn't wait to do the video to get that crud off my windows. While it's wonderful to have beautiful, shiny windows on your RV, what I have found as a downside to ours in particular is because of the way it's set, we get a lot of reflection from the trees and birds will fly into it, in particular the little hummingbirds. So this year I am looking for something that's not tacky that I can put either on the windows or in front of the windows to deter the birds from flying in. This is usually somewhat of a weekly to bi-monthly process for me. It really just depends on how dirty the windows get. I don't like things to look dirty. I want to keep that idea of living in an RV can be classy, and so I do keep my windows as clean as possible. Now, on the inside, I tend to do these quite a bit more often, at least weekly. Again, partially because we have a puppy that likes to put her nose prints all over the place. And I don't know why, they just seem to get a bit more dirty in the summertime. Again, probably because of the dust and the allergens, the pollens and whatnots, can be really troublesome as well. As you can see here, the window can get pretty bad. This is the side of our RV that really gets the most dirt exposure, if you will, and where Miss Izzy sits all the time. There is no screen on this window, so you can see it can get murky looking, especially if you let it go for any length of time. I use this Shackley Basic H solution for my windows, although I have used vinegar and water. And I've also used the Protect All wash that you could use for RVs that does not require any kind of rinsing. So you really just need to use the product that you're most happy with. A Windex, things like that, I find streak. I have a hard time with them, I'm telling you. So I do not use those. I purchased a bundle of flour sack tea towels from Amazon. I'll put the link below. And I find these work really great for cleaning windows and other things in the RV. They just help keep things from streaking. They don't leave lint on the window. I'm very happy with them. Now, when it comes to washing the windows outside on the back side where the windows are really high up, I would either need to use a ladder, or instead, I did find this extendable brush. It's not so stiff that it's going to scratch anything, but it's stiff enough where it takes any of the debris off the window, and then it has a squeegee on the other side. So again, I just used a Basic H solution from Shackley on there, and I scrubbed the windows, squeegeed it off, and this seems to work really well. I did try to find a link to this brush for you, and I could not find it. So you can find them in a variety of different places. I think we might have gotten this one at Camping World, but most of the ones that I saw either had on Amazon either had a spongy kind of window washer piece on the other end or a kind of like a mop head. I think both of these options also had the squeegee on it, and both would work just as well, I believe, unless you have really stubborn debris that you need off your windows. Now, after washing the windows, I put one of the tea towels that I had purchased on an old Swiffer pad, and I was able to then dry off the windows, make sure there were no streaks, and where the water ran down the side of the RV, I just used it to clean that up as well. And now you can see from the inside how clean and shiny and clear the windows are compared to what they looked like before. Summertime brings a lot of options and opportunities for organizing and maintaining your RV. So be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay tuned to our upcoming videos where we hope to support you in making your RV a more comfortable home.